Well, well, well. Look who's back. It's your favorite idiots in the whole world. The four dumbest posts you could ever find trying to make content for the internet. I hope you all had a great week. I love you all. Let's well, let's just do a check-in. We got we got four
God
people
damn
here.
it, Foosh!
Every
He was on a
every
roll.
time.
You know what? We're just going to pretend nothing happened and move on with our lives.
No, we need to address this. This happens every fucking week with this guy.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Let's try to be optimistic for once. I could have had a heart attack and died in the middle. Well, that would have been pretty good content, actually.
Would it be?
One could hope. Anyway, I'm joined with four gentlemen here. Let's do a quick check-in. Taryn, how are you?
Little swampy today. It's a ripe 77 degrees here. My ass is sweating a little bit, but I'm good. I'm here.
That's fair. That's fair. Kobe, how about you?
I'm doing pretty all right. I can't complain.
That's the optimism I'm looking for. How about you, Foosh? How are you feeling? How's that intro mess up
Pain
keeping you
every
now?
day. Pain every day. Pain and suffering.
That's not the optimism I'm looking for, but our hearts go out to you. And I'm Adam. I'm not swampy because it was 64 degrees today, and it was beautiful when I went on my walk.
Well,
All right.
now I just feel out of place.
I mean, I used to live in South Dakota too. I understand completely. It gets swampy there, especially in Sufu. Man, it gets humid some days. But and now I live in a desert, so I don't really deal with that so much.
You're in an arid place now. It's hard to get swampy and arid.
Yeah, I'm sure I can find a way. I bet if I tried, I could get pretty swampy. But I don't think I want to do that
on your ass crack. That'll probably do it.
Yeah, but it'll just dry off in like 10 minutes.
Buy a really big bottle of water.
It's just I could just like sit in a bath, I suppose.
That is true. You could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, we have options. We have options. Well, speaking of options, this really doesn't. This is a bad segue, but we have a lot of different cultures in this world, isn't there? We got Western cultures, we got Eastern cultures, we got Northern cultures, we got Southern cultures. They all have their own things, their own styles of doing things. And I want to talk very briefly, or not so very briefly, if this conversation actually takes off, about Mongolian throat singing. Have you guys ever heard that shit? It's so wild.
Yeah, man. Isn't the most like the Who? Aren't they like Mongolian?
Yeah. They're like a Mongolian metal band. They do a little bit of throat singing. It's just kind of badass.
Yeah, that's. I'll be honest. That's the only really thing I know about throat singing, other than those nice women downtown. I'm sorry.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Look, Maddie doesn't need to know about that, so we can just skip on here. So, what about Mongolian throat singing, Adam?
Well, this past summer, I very distinctly remember me and Foosh were talking one night. There may or may not have been alcohol involved. I don't recall. But we found a rabbit hole of Mongolian throat singing and spent probably 4 hours watching YouTube videos on it, trying to figure out how to do it. And it was an experience. I still don't know how they do it, but it's
it was
like the amount of information I absorbed that night on something that I will never use was amazing. I was just curious if you guys had found such a interesting topic like that before. It's weird because like apparently we humans have false vocal cords. Like we have the ones that we speak with, the ones you're hearing now, and then there's apparently these like other flaps in our throat that may give you like a way lower tone or something, and you can somehow make those vibrate, and that's how they do it. But I don't know how the hell that works.
Interesting.
You ever dabbled into that, Kobe? Throat singing?
No, I've never dabbled in throat singing. I've dabbled in normal singing. I know how that works, but not throat singing.
Will you try it now, though? Will you try it on air tonight? Sounds about right to me.
What about you two, huh? You guys practiced for 4 hours.
You see.
We tried. All I really remember is they recommended that you start by like clearing your throat and try to hold that whatever
There's just
that
some
is.
things I can't make my throat do. Okay.
And that's why you don't work with those girls downtown.
This is like, yeah, I know they kicked me out. Like, oh, you're not good enough.
Look, the resume looked good, right? But I'm sorry, yeah, we just can't hire you.
Why are you gagging already? You haven't started. Dude, it just smells bad here, man.
Oh,
The
jeez.
stomach.
Oh,
Ah.
jeez. Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm sure it'll take like a lot of practice. But
No, what do
Jesus.
you mean? No art takes no work. Come on.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
I
Kobe,
mean-
all those years and like training and practicing doesn't mean shit, man. Yeah.
You don't have to
You're
be
right, it
good
doesn't.
to be an artist. You just have to make art. It doesn't have to be good art. You just have to
No.
enjoy it.
He's not wrong.
Look,
No, that's true.
look, art is a birthright, all right? You're either born with it or you don't have it. I'm joking.
I was born with the art spark.
Yeah, art part. Nah, I mean, I don't know. It intrigues me. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's strange, like, given enough time, what you can make your body do.
Right?
Oh yeah.
That was really enthusiastic.
Oh yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't suck my own wiener now. If I try long enough,
Got to remove a rib or two, right?
you can become just flexible enough. All right. I've tried the technique. All right. I know what you got to do.
What's the
It's really
technique?
uncomfortable. You gotta like
Sure, if this is a bit.
essentially break your neck, and then
Oh.
brace your feet on the wall above your head, and then essentially push your dick to your face.
Okay.
I'm
So,
not flexible, and I'm probably not long enough, so
the
I can't
blueprint
quite
is
do it.
there. The blueprint is there. It's just the execution that's
Yes.
lacking.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's the hard part.
Well, all you got to do is train your body then, right? Like, I know the technique for Mongolian throat singing, I just haven't practiced it.
Yeah, but I feel like with that
Exactly.
though, it's like you're limited by the size of your dick. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't
Because
know.
I feel like there's a point where like no matter like how flexible you are, you can't make it unless it's at a certain size.
Potentially. I could see it. So, I almost regret going here. What would Mongolian throat singing feel like with, well, I think you can. We're just gonna combine the rest. We're just gonna combine the two topics here.
Jesus.
I feel like it wouldn't do anything.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I feel like
possible.
those
Yeah, I
vocal
know.
cords are probably too far down. But I regret everything.
Fucking weirdo. Jeez.
I was just trying to like combine the two topics, and I started talking, and then my brain completed the thought and
God,
realized it
we're
was a horrible
trying to
idea.
have a wholesome podcast, and you bring that shit up. God. Speaking of dicks, though, Foosh, that TikTok that you posted,
That's a life changer, isn't it?
got me thinking, man. I never thought to use a ruler and measure underneath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've never
Right.
done that?
Well, I've done the top, but I never thought about measuring underneath.
Yeah, you measure the underneath, dude. You got like a good like couple inches.
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything.
Bullshit.
You got to measure from the top because that's the usable part, right?
No.
You're just not using your dick right.
How? Hmm. Okay.
I mean, it's like moldable. It's pliable down there. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna get used. Maybe not as much, right?
Yeah.
I think what Kobe said. It's technique, right? It's all
Yeah,
about
like
the
the mons
technique.
pubis, the like, the bump, right? You know what I'm talking. You know the bump. You know what I'm talking
What,
about.
the fupa?
And like, yeah, but not like it's not that big.
Oh well,
But
for
see, that's like
maybe
malleable.
you.
Yeah.
Wait. What? I think we're on very different topic. What's the mons pupa? That's not. Is that the fupa?
Yeah,
Mons pubis.
What
that's
is
it's the
that?
pubis region above
So,
your dick.
It's above. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're using that somehow.
It's the fatty tissue located above the pubic bone, the mons pubis. I learned
How-
that from Big Mouth.
How are you using this?
It's malleable, it's got some. You can push that back a little bit.
Yeah, lift it up. Give it
Now,
a
if
good
you're tearing,
old.
now, if you're tearing, apparently it's like memory foam, so you can just like.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Oh, it's memory foam.
Wow.
It goes back to shape.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, damn. Market that and sell that.
It's like one of the big foam landing pads.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I had the strength and confidence to talk about my fupa, and now I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You gotta just have no shame. Be easy flying. There's no shame in it.
No shame until you get comments like that pointed at you.
That's fair.
No, but that's interesting though. It's like curious. Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
I don't think it counts. I don't think that counts. I don't think that counts as usable inches, usable length.
What do you mean it's there? Counts.
How are you using it? It's like underneath you.
Yeah, but like you gotta think, like going into something, you know what I mean? Like the round it's gonna get pushed back,
I don't know.
Plus, look,
I'm not convinced.
if that doesn't count, I got a small wiener done.
Okay, fair enough. We'll let it count for our prize.
Oh, what was it in that TikTok though? It was just like that's like bottom's nothing but like confidence booster and then top's just disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey
So
man.
those guys actually came up across my For You page again just today. They were talking about standing and wiping.
Oh, the great debate. Have we talked about that on the
I
podcast
don't
We
yet?
think
have
we
not,
have.
which is nice to bring it up because
Yeah.
Taryn.
God damn it.
Well, I guess we know what Taryn does already. Okay, no,
Don't
here's the thing.
point
Though. Here's
that
the thing,
at
though.
me.
You
You
still use the stand and wipe technique.
No. The thing that blows my mind is there are two types of people in this world: people who stand to wipe and people who sit to wipe. And most people don't know that the other side exists.
Yeah.
That's
real,
wild to me.
real quick, let's just go around the room. Foosh, what's your preferred method?
Shit.
Kobe?
That pause is great.
I believe when I was younger, I was a stand and wiper, but then I am now a sit and wiper because it's a lot less work.
Okay, Adam?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I think I used to stand too. I don't know why I changed, but boy, was it a good decision.
I will say, when I was younger, I did also stand. Also, I wonder, is it just like a younger person,
Maybe.
like when you're a kid, you just like stand, like I don't know.
Yeah, because when kids, yeah, they haven't been trained out of their primal habits. You have to go find your leaves first, so you got to go stand and find your leaves and then wipe.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
genetic.
So
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
So when did you guys find out that there are two different sides to this story?
Sometime in high school for me.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't know actually.
I don't remember.
I know it
either heard it.
obviously it was like I was probably sometime in high school for me too.
Okay.
Because I know it was like at least a few years ago.
I think it was around middle school for me.
So
When did you find out?
I was
Taryn
Okay.
never found out.
I was publicly shamed by my family.
Oh,
Damn near
no.
kicked out of my family. It was a Christmas time, right? I go down there, visit my family. And I'm sitting there, I'm just using the bathroom like normal, right? And there's like a little gap in the door. And Maddie, my wife, the wonderful person she is, spying on me, and she is shocked and like screams out like, "You wipe standing up?" And then I'm like confused, I'm exposed, confused, and scared, right? I'm like, well,
This is
yeah,
trauma.
doesn't everybody? go down. I finished doing my stuff, right? Go downstairs, and everyone's just staring at me. They're like, so you wipe while you stand up? I'm like, yeah, doesn't everybody? They're like, no.
Oh my God.
And
That is
my mom was like, I taught you better than that, Taryn. And I'm like, what do you mean? I always wipe standing up.
That is a purely traumatic event right
So-
there. You should go to therapy for that one.
We had like a good 30-minute, 40-minute conversation debate about this. I'm the only one in my family that stands wiping up. Out of you guys, I'm the only one that stands up. But I will say, I have switched. So prior, the reason why I stood up was I just did it. Right? I can't tell you why I stood up, why I did it. You know, I just felt like I could get better coverage. Right? However, I will say, sitting down, which I now do, I do like a little hybrid, right? I sit down for the initial, right? I do my business, do a little back the hand wipe, you know what I mean? Do that, get it all cleaned up, and then I stand up, just do a quick one to make sure it's all good. But I think sitting down is the superior way.
That is the correct opinion.
Yeah.
I have learned.
To stand up.
I have
Plus,
learned.
like the point that they brought up in that TikTok was like, what, like your butt cheeks come back together when you stand up.
Squish.
Yeah, so
but but when you sit down and poop, your butt cheeks are getting spread, so you're not getting poop on your butt cheeks at all, unless you got it like squeezing out like a pineapple.
how do you know that? See,
Yeah, but like
sometimes
when you
it's a lie.
stand up and your butt cheeks close onto your butthole as they do, it's gonna it contaminate them. It's gonna squish into your butt cheeks.
How much
Yeah.
butt? But here's the thing: how much? Never mind. I kind of already answered my question thinking of it. Because I was sitting there like, well, I was like, well, how much poop is on your butthole? And I'm like, well, you wipe, you get a lot of poop on that.
Yeah.
Depends on the day and the diet, to be honest.
I was gonna say sometimes I get like those ghost poops where you go and wipe
Those are
and like
scary.
you don't get anything. And you're just like,
Yeah.
what? And then you gotta keep wiping and you're trying to get stuff and you're like, all I'm getting is blood.
What?
Yeah.
That's when you got to switch to the wet wipes.
Yeah. But no, I
True.
think sitting down is definitely the better way. You know, I do like a little hybrid, like I said, just because I'm cautious, you know. But I think sitting down is definitely the way to go. Plus a bidet, you know. Eventually, I'm gonna be getting that thing. You know, I'm gonna be getting a house in a year, so I'm gonna get a bidet.
You don't have to wait to get a house.
I'm waiting. This
You
apartment
don't
does
have
not
to wait to get a bidet.
This apartment does not deserve a bidet.
But you do, and your butt does. Fuck the apartment. Live your life. No, really, I highly recommend getting a bidet. It is the way to go.
Yeah, we've had the bidet discussion several times.
Yep. But I'll promote it until they sponsor us.
Can you imagine if we get out of all the sponsors, we get a fucking bidet sponsor?
I would be so happy.
It'd be cool.
Oh my god! Start transitioning like once a month. You know, like bidet reviews.
Oh, dude, that would be great. I've seen a lot of pretty good bidet ads on Reddit these days.
Dang. Oh, is there any other like weird those highly debated things where it's like split down the middle? It's like one or the other.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I can't think of any like big ones off the top of my head.
Same.
Is the dress white or gold or black
Shut
and
the
blue?
fuck up.
Was it Yanny or Laurel?
Honestly, I
That
didn't
one?
even hear like with that one. Just real quick, I didn't hear either or.
You just
So-
said your IQ's too low.
Oh,
I would hear like what my brain wanted to hear. Like if I wanted to hear Laurel, I'd hear Laurel. If I want to hear Yanny, I'd hear Yanny. It's like,
Yeah. Mine is the same. I could like switch it. It's the same thing with like you ever see those pictures of like it's like a train and a subway and they're like, oh, if you think it's going like to the left, the train's going to the left, but if you think it's going to the right, then it's going the other way.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I've seen like kind of like those optical illusions that are kind of similar to that. It's wild.
Mhm.
How do we know they're not just switching the train direction in the video? Did you like scroll yourself to see?
Well,
Well, I
most
mean,
of
I
those are
don't
just
need to.
static
I can.
images.
It's like, yeah,
Oh.
it's like just like a long loop thing. I can watch it for like 20 seconds and make it go left, and then I can watch for like 10 seconds and make it go right, and like
Things are
swap in
wild.
between the two every couple seconds.
Have you seen the one like all the different kinds of like plates and trays look like they're upside down? Then you see the one that's right side up. Then all the rest of them look right side up.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Like switches.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Man, it's so weird that our brain just like it's so just used to one sort of input way, like one stream of input that when you just fuck it up a little bit, our brain just assumes everything's right, but everything is not right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
optical illusions, audio illusions, those things are so weird.
I like them though.
I was just gonna say what audio illusion. I'm like, oh, Laurel Laney.
Yeah, that one.
Like,
I can't think of
what
any
you talking
others.
about?
But
Yeah.
I found this I don't know how true it is, but I found this thing on either TikTok or Instagram or something where they're like they make you stare at a colored dot for a while until you allegedly like
See
you're
Jesus.
yeah, you see Jesus. No, you're it's like the nerves in your eye that detect that one color get tired out or something, and then they switch to like a pure black or white background or something, and then your brain generates another color because the input is all messed up because your neurons are tired.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Mhm.
I saw a TikTok one like that too. It's called like True Cyan or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think the one I saw was like hyper green or something. It was weird. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know how true it is. I did not fact check it, but it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, those are cool too. There's literally ones though where like you stare at a dot and then they change it to like the color white, and then like all of a sudden you see like a picture, like a portrait of Jesus. It was like a hidden picture in the dot that you can't see until they change the color.
Oh,
He's
I
gone, dude.
like those ones. I really like when they do that and like like where you find like wallpapers on the internet and they like hide a meme or something in it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of one. I think Kobe, you might know which one I'm thinking of. It was like the black hole one, or like it was like the black hole of the sun. But maybe not. I'll share it with you guys after this podcast.
I don't know.
Pretty good. This guy had it for like a whole a year. He never saw it. It's fucked up though.
That's
It's
awesome.
fucked up. Not a place for here. All right. It's
Okay.
after podcast topic.
Now I'm curious. I heard that who was it? Who was the British guy that led them in World War II? I'm having a brain fart.
What?
Churchill. So
Oh.
Churchill, that guy, he was, a super busy guy, but to relax he took up like water painting or something. But he
I knew he
apparently wasn't
painted.
very good. Yeah. Apparently it wasn't very good. I don't know. But at one point he apparently painted like a sparrow or a rabbit or something or a rat onto somebody else's famous super priceless painting. So
Oh
Oh.
God.
yeah. So that's the story I heard in a book recently. I hope it's true. I did not fact check it, but I really, really hope that he did that because that is hilarious.
Legendary.
I don't
Like,
think his
imagine
paintings
having-
were that bad. Just I'm looking at some of them on Google. They're not bad. Better than what I could do probably.
What if you had a priceless painting made by a famous artist and then Churchill came in and painted a little thingy into it?
I'd respect it more. It's like
Fair
that's
enough.
like the biggest fuck you.
No, honestly, I don't think I would care much either, to be honest, because that it's pretty funny.
Oh, now what if you did that to like? What if someone did that to like a famous, like infamous artwork, like the Mona Lisa?
I'd still giggle a little bit, I think.
Ooh, be interesting. Real quick, have you guys? I didn't mean to derail that conversation, but now that it's derailed, what have you guys caught up on like those videos where it's like they do like painting restorations?
Nah, I never really got into that.
No.
Think I've seen some.
So, if you haven't, Definitely watch the time lapse of those. Those are pretty satisfying to watch, especially when they get like a really dirty one in. They like clean it up and they fix it up. Looks crazy. But how do you guys feel about that with like restoring like paintings like that, or even like I don't know, restoring anything really?
I think it depends on the painting, and like, for example, like the Mona Lisa. Like if they
Hey,
were like, do they touch up their Mona Lisa? They do, don't they?
I don't know.
I don't know about that. It all depends on like how well it's cared for too. Because I think if you care for it pretty good, I mean, you don't have to necessarily restore it. But like if you
Right.
have like a painting like just in a house, eventually it's just gonna get really dirty. But I mean, you can take steps to like, put it in a case, airtight case or
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah.
like,
I don't know.
I,
I guess I'm okay with it.
like, obviously it would like it depends, right?
So,
Like if it
do
has
they-
like a use, right? Like a tool or something, that's different. But I
Yeah.
guess like one of a kind paintings or objects, like how do you feel about that?
I don't think we should do it.
Do they lose value when they restore those like that?
I
feel like
don't.
they
I
probably
would
would.
say
I would.
they lose
I would
value to
assume
me.
yes.
Well, it depends on how badly it was, though. I
See, I don't think it's a matter of like that either, though, because like I think the whole reason it has value, for example, like something like the Mona Lisa, or like if it was like the Sistine Chapel ceiling or whatever, like because that famous painter made that, I think is what gives it value.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like when they restore it, though, they're not necessarily going away from like they're being completely neutral and like doing the same techniques and using the same colors as the original artist to their best of their
Right.
abilities.
Right, but you're
But they're
adding.
not that artist.
Yeah, you're basically like, even though you're putting exactly what they put, you're still like, wouldn't you technically be defacing it
Plus,
if
you're not putting
you?
exactly what they put. That's just not possible to do it exact. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Well,
different.
yeah, exact, yeah. But like, even though you're like copying what they did, that's still like defacing it.
See, I don't know. I'm torn between it because I see why you'd want to restore something, right? To keep
Mhm.
it around longer. But at the same time,
Yeah,
I feel like having it be that in that condition and having the it slowly fade away also kind of like I agree with that, you know what I mean? Like cuz you enjoy it while you have it, and once it's gone, it's gone. Plus it doesn't really matter cuz like digital age now, have a
Yeah,
copy
that
of it.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
humans have a really hard time letting go of things. I think we'll be better off if we can kind of get past that.
Yeah.
Now, I speak from my own personal experience. I have a really hard time letting go of things, but I think life is better and more enjoyable when you let go of that and understand that everything will pass eventually. So you have to enjoy it while you have it.
Yeah. It's the greatest folly of humans.
Well, I wouldn't say greatest. We're pretty shitty.
So here's the thing with that though. I think in some cases we hold on to things, right? But I feel like in a lot of other things we're very wasteful. You know what I mean? Because
Oh, that's fucking true.
if we take that same thing, restoration, right? So so changing it to like restoring things that have a purpose, right? I feel like that is a lot better than letting it go to waste. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's a difference between art and tools, I think.
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't think you can compare the two, right? But with going against your thing, where it's just like humans like to hold on to a lot of things, I think we do, right? AKA, like have that hoarder gene or whatever it is. I don't know, but I feel like now though, I feel like we're in that thing where it's like everyone's like trying to be a minimalist to a certain extent, and they just want to get rid of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely I like minimalism, but there's definitely a toxicity to it in a lot of people. I feel like anytime you find this nice little like virtuous practice, once it becomes popular, people are just going to come make it bad.
Yeah.
They don't take the time to understand what it's about, and it goes from minimalism to get rid of everythingism. to I don't care about anythingism, and it's I don't know.
There's always extremists to everything.
Yeah,
But I mean, even just in general, though, like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, or do you like? I'll be honest. Like, I'm definitely like one of those people where I can see the good in something, and if I have the ability to potentially do something with it, I might do it, right? But I'll be honest, like current situation, I'm not picking up a whole bunch of things in the hopes of turning around and fixing it. But I mean, I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, like, do you guys have that same feeling when you look at stuff where it's like, oh man, I could fix that or something? Take a pan, for example. Super simple. All right, find a pan at a garage sale, civic council, whatever. All it needs to be done is like cleaned and polished, right? Is that something you would do?
if I didn't have a pan, sure, but if I
Uh,
have
Or
the
would you
pans I already have,
or would you rather just
I,
go buy a new pan?
For a pan, yeah, I'd
honestly,
probably just go
I
get a
would
new
probably
one.
I would just go buy a new one.
Maybe
Yeah.
a pan's
I mean, like,
a bad one, but
Yeah,
so,
I
like,
was gonna say the example like matters. Go ahead, Foosh.
I was being real. Like, there's certain stuff like old thing I'd see, I'd be like, oh, I could fix that up. You know, I have the stuff to do it. I want to fix it up, so I take it, and then I'd just fucking never do it, and it would just fucking sit there
yeah,
for a couple years, and then I'd like work on it a little bit and get it like halfway done, and then it'd fucking sit there for another couple of years
yeah. I mean, for
until
me
I
personally,
eventually like, fuck this, and throw it away.
yeah, this is the next sucker
That's
to
the
not fix
realest
it.
answer I've heard.
hey,
Yeah.
but I
mean, I'm
saved it.
just being honest.
I saved it.
For me personally, I don't have the skill set to fix most things, so I'd have to do a lot of googling and hoping. But like with my cookware, with my pans, most of them I didn't buy new. Most of them I got because my housemates left their crap with me after we had to get out of our house really quick, and then
Mhm.
they just never came to get them. So they're all hand-me-downs, used, not in good shape, not in good shape at all. But they work, so I use them.
Mhm.
But they're also really, they don't work great. They're really old. Could use some love. So I'm considering just getting rid of them and buying new sets. I don't know. Maybe I am being too wasteful.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with googling things to how to fix things either.
Yeah, but there's definitely a difference between Googling and finding the knowledge and actually applying the knowledge I found. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. But
There's
I tend
times
to
where
fail a
I'd
lot.
like, instead of taking like when I had my El Camino, I'll even like my expedition after that. Like there's stuff like I wanted to learn how to like work because like I already knew how to do like changing tires, changing oil. I knew how to do that stuff. But like there's like more in depth stuff that I didn't know how to do. I wanted to learn how to do. So I'd be like underneath my vehicle trying to fix something. I have my phone next to me on like YouTube, like watching like a video of like how to do it, like trying to do it. Worked for me.
I think it's really just comes down to the person with that example. You know what I mean? For me, like in the field of work that I do, you know, I'm a IT. You know, I was a computer technician, stuff like that. Literally, all my job was like Googling and YouTubing. So like I kind of adapted learning that way, right? But I guess on Adam, you know, if you're not accustomed to like kind of taking in that information and applying it for yourself, I could see it being hard. And especially if you're like with restoration things, you know, this
Yeah.
might be a bad topic, but like, you know, I think you have to have the itch for it, right? It's like you have to have the itch to look at something like, oh, you know, I could see a better life for that or a new life for that. Or, you know,
Yeah.
in most cases where people just overlook it and be like, oh, well, it's trash. I'll just go buy a new one.
Yeah, I feel that.
And it definitely,
Again, it depends on the thing.
that too.
Like, you know, if like one of my guitars was like fucked up or something like that, I'd be like, I could probably look into how to fix that, or like something in my PC. But if it was like my monitor and it was like, oh, well, something on the inside's broken, I'd be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna get a new one.
Well, see, that's the thing too that I kind of want to lean into is like the ability to fix things, right? A lot of companies don't give out information to fix things. Apple, or make it very hard to do so.
Because it takes away from their fees. Damn
Yeah,
it.
Exactly. But like the right to repair, how do you guys feel about that?
Oh yeah, I think everybody should have the right to repair the
Yeah.
shit that they bought. Fuck Apple. I own an
Yeah,
iPhone, but fuck you, Apple.
I agree. If you buy
Listen,
something, you should, or like if like you're a company that like sells something, like you should be able to like repair it without having to send it back to like the company that made it. You know what I mean?
If I buy something, I think I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want with it, as long as it isn't malicious in the sense that it'll harm the company or other people.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
then
So,
maybe that's just me.
no, it's just you and me. I agree.
Kobe, you're gonna say something?
I was gonna say, Apple. Listen,
There's
grab the
a
bag. All right, get your money. Don't care what anyone says.
Really? You don't care about the right to repair and stuff like that?
Oh no, you can have the right to repair, but I mean, this is the way the world is. Get your money.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you? No. Fuck that. Oh, that's stupid, man.
Listen, someone way back when was the first person to figure out how to fucking cut wood, and they're like, "Oh, I could teach people this, or I could get them to pay me to do it." Know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get you, right? But I feel like that is just like there's a line to it, right? Like making it impossible for anyone, like because it's creating a monopoly, right?
Well-
Because then it's like making it impossible to fix someone. You're either making the consumer to decide, okay, either go to my specialized store, which is only in a few locations, or you buy a new product. You know what I mean?
Well, so chat raises a good point. We're talking about the convenience to repair when we're using Apple as an example, not the right. Because you can repair an iPhone. People do it.
Yeah,
But
I said
yeah.
Apple as it's the more notorious one for
Yeah.
kind of fighting back on rights to repair. But I think John Deere, if we're talking about
Yeah,
tractors,
that's
they
the
are
best
fucking
example.
horrible at the right to the at the
There
right to
are-
repair.
People like farmers have hired hackers to unlock the computer systems and John Deere so that they can repair it themselves. Which I think
Nice.
that's ridiculous. That you shouldn't have to do that.
Exactly, because it's like you're putting that farmer in the position where it's just like, okay, well you buy this expensive ass equipment, right? And if something goes wrong, even if it's something simple, you have to take it into a John Deere certified dealer to fix it.
Yep.
Or
Or
you have
or
to
they
use
have
the
to have-
alternative where you pay someone else who has to like hack something simple to repair it. Like it's stupid.
Which then where does the law come into that? Is it legal to hack that system?
Well, I don't think it is. And then also on
Then-
top of that too, you validate, you ruin your warranty and all that whole line shit. So it's just like it's stupid is my whole thing. The whole thing repair, it needs to be a thing across all the board. Newest one of what Tesla too. I think they have a big issue with that. That's a little bit different because you're dealing with a big ass battery that could go blow up. So for certain things, I kind of agree, right? But at the same time, it's like I think you need it across the board.
See, but here's the thing: that hacker had the knowledge to repair that, and what did they do? They
They
charged for that knowledge.
But
Well, we don't know if they did or not. I mean, some of them I'm sure did. I think a lot of the software is probably open source. Hackers don't really give a shit about money a lot of the time.
here's the thing,
They
though.
get that from our bank accounts.
You can still have that. The problem is the hacker had to go through so many loops and so many obstacles to do that. And who's to say he's even doing it right? Right? He just found a way to do it.
I don't think there is a right way. There is only the way that works.
Well,
I mean,
in terms
if it
of
fixes it, it's the right way, doesn't it?
well, not necessarily, right? It depends on what you're fixing, right? There could be multiple ways of fixing it. There could be a right way and a wrong way. At the end, as well, if it works, it works. But
if you're hacking into a system, you're doing things the wrong way. I think that's the point of hacking, right?
No, morally, maybe, but that's not what I'm really talking about. But I'll gloss over this. But here's the thing: that hacker could still make money, right? That third party entity can still make money with the right to repair. The difference is, okay, now you have, let's say, companies saying, oh, well, we have the certified techs to be able to do this, as opposed to, Joe Blow on the side of the road or whatever owns his own company who says, oh, I can do this. So it's at that point that the consumer gets to decide, you know what I mean? Other than just forcing the consumer to go directly to the company. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue.
We should act like I want to clear we're talking things that aren't under warranty anymore, right?
Yeah, if you modify it
If,
and that
if,
voids the
if,
warranty, that's your
because
problem.
I feel like if you have a product that's still under warranty and it breaks, fucking damn right the company should fucking fix it for free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If
feel
it's
like
not
that.
under warranty, then yeah. I just wanted to like clear up for like anyone that like my like.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if you have a product under warranty and you modify it without the company's approval and that voids the warranty, that's your problem. You should,
Yep.
yeah.
Get fucked.
That was your choice when you did that. So,
yeah.
but like if it's not under warranty, yeah, I think you should have every right to do whatever the fuck you want. Or
Yeah.
if you want to void the warranty, go for it. I mean, that's your choice.
Yeah, that's true. Technically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also stems back towards it's like I think realistically though, it's just like what Adam said. It's like when you buy a product, that should be your product, right? You now own this. You should be able to do whatever you want to that product, and I feel like the company should provide information for third party entities and yourself to do that. Like I think another like big thing would be like companies use the excuse, well, all the safety, right? Like screw safety. If some guy wants to go stab a battery, let him go stab a battery, right? He'll learn real quick what to do and what not to do.
Yeah,
Don't hold
I
the
mean,
company
you gotta,
liable. You know, terms and conditions.
Yeah,
So I
gotta
don't know.
be
It's
smart
interesting.
enough to figure out what you're doing. Like if you have the great idea of I'm gonna shove this fork in this power outlet, you should really know what's gonna happen before you do it. And you have the information available, you know?
Mhm.
Like there's nothing
Yeah,
stopping you from Googling what will happen if I shove my metal fork into my power outlet
Or a bobby pin.
or a
Yeah.
bobby pin.
I've done that.
knife and a
Why?
toaster. Have you guys ever done that? It's a fun time.
Nah, I haven't done that one.
Toaster in the bath? What? No.
How do these toasters keep getting my bathtub?
You're supposed to put water in for shit.
This toaster said it's water resistant. Nah, I mean I don't know. It's interesting with like I don't know technology and stuff like that, especially now because I feel like that's the biggest like waste that like people are doing, like just getting a phone every New Year. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because it's cool.
Yeah.
But then that old phone, what happens? Well, it goes wherever, cycled,
I
thrown
think
away.
with the trading programs, most of them get reused somehow. I hope.
I'm actually really curious on what that all entails. Like, and it might differ from company to company, but like, it's very, very interesting on like actually how much gets used.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, do they like refurbish them and then resell them to people who want older phones?
I think
you think?
Verizon has a thing like that where they sell like
uh,
refurbished phones and stuff like that. But
you can get refurbished phones through AT&T too. Like with mine, I do a 2-year contract. Like after the 2 years, I get to upgrade my phone, and I have to send in my old phone, and then I think they refurbish like the old phone and resell it
Hmm.
as a refurbished phone, and then I get the new phone.
yeah, but I'm actually like curious to like because like a lot of those ones are broken. I feel like most of them don't actually get fixed or used because obviously people it all depends on people if they're
Yeah.
gonna buy them or not. And I feel like maybe they like melt them down, but like I feel like the yield from like that isn't that much.
I mean, how broken are? I mean, they'll have a broken screen and a bad battery probably, but I mean, those are dirt cheap to replace if you're Apple.
Yeah,
So
but it depends on like if they actually go and do it. It's a topic. That's a thing I don't know. I would be curious to find out more though.
I wonder if they refurbish them and then sell them to poorer people in poorer countries.
I don't know. I don't know how that
Maybe.
works.
I don't know.
How do you?
But if we figure this out, we're gonna have people knocking on our doors, and
I doubt
damn,
that. Who's gonna come to like? Oh man, that Salt podcast. They're on to us. Oh man.
Listen, all right. All 4 of our FBI agents, if you're watching, Type in the chat.
What
Let
if
us
we,
know that you're here.
What if
and
we all
should
have
be
the
worried.
same FBI agent?
That
What
poor
if
guy.
there's
Poor
just
girl.
one?
What's up, Doug? How's it going, man? Hope you
So
didn't.
you're
Hope
Doug
you weren't
too?
watching me at 12 o'clock today at lunch break. So I was a little stressed, and don't worry about it. All right.
And Doug has seen a lot of crying in 2020. I'll tell you what.
No, this is the 4th time today. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got a message from some weird guy named Doug. He said I should go to therapy. I don't know what he's talking about.
I am going to therapy. Oh man, I'm curious. I would be curious to see how much actual like surveillance, if any, like happens.
Yeah, that would be nice to know. But also, I mean, it'd probably be terrifying.
I would like to believe that everything's getting like monitored, and just like certain things just get flagged by like like a script or like an AI.
Yeah,
But
like an AI, yeah.
I would also like to believe that Doug is sitting there just like, oh man, I don't get paid enough for to listen to shit.
He's like, Jesus Christ, so many people looking at Rule 34 paintings of the Ever Given.
Oh, dear God. Goodness gracious. So, like, here's the thing. If you upload a video to YouTube that is 10 hours long and it's just that He-Man song on loop, but you name it something illegal, somebody has to go through that, right?
I think so. Like, it has to get flagged
Probably.
somewhere. But now, does it get flagged from like? I feel like it would get flagged on like YouTube side, though, right? First,
Yeah, but
and then
I mean,
YouTube
like,
would have to like report it if it was found.
oh, does a
worthy
YouTube
enough?
person? That's a good question. So, like, if you upload a YouTube video and the title has something that I don't know, what's something that you're not allowed to have in a title? Something that threatens
A lot of things that
a
we
life.
probably can't say here too.
Yeah, let's I'm not gonna say that.
Blank,
Let's just say the title-
blank.
The title implies a threat to national security. So that's definitely something that has to be reviewed by somebody. Does YouTube review it and send it on, or does that go straight to a government employee who has to watch 10 hours of He-Man?
I feel like YouTube's gonna see the title and they're just gonna like probably
Yeah.
send it to like the FBI.
So then
Honest-
somebody has to review that somewhere, right? They're not going to trust AI to
Probably,
like that.
probably someone in the FBI is gonna have to set through that. I'm guessing because I
Yeah.
don't think at that point, like if YouTube's like, oh, this is sketchy, sent to the FBI. At that point, that's the FBI's deal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Man, that would suck.
I don't think someone from YouTube's. I think someone from the FBI is gonna have to set through the whole video.
I feel like not knowing, right? I don't think any of us really know what goes on, but I feel like first it's on the site's side, right?
Yeah.
Assuming
That's
there's
what I was
not
gonna
like
say.
some global surveillance that's just tapped in constantly to everything, right? So assuming it has to go through the site deems whether it's like even worthy or not to be uploaded, right? Or like up, they choose to take it down or not. And if it is like a threat like that, then they probably go through it themselves. Maybe, I would assume so. And then from there, if it needs to be looked in further, they probably pass it off to the proper channels. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know. I could definitely see Doug 2 at YouTube being like, oh, I don't want to do this. Passes it off.
Let me offer an alternative
Well, if
idea.
even like if there's like nothing in the video, like if it's just like a 10-hour loop of like a song or whatever, if the title like is a threat to national security, I feel like what's the point of someone at YouTube being looking at that? I should just be like instantly sent off to the FBI.
Well,
Also, there are absolutely ways to to encode information to a video that a YouTube employee will not know how to find. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you
That's
can.
why, like,
yeah.
if I was like, if I come across that video and I wouldn't even. I'd just be like, yeah, here, that's the FBI's problem. You guys
sure.
have fun watching that.
Sure. You want to investigate a little bit?
I mean, I'd probably
I mean,
download it.
I'd like maybe like skip through it, see if I can find something obvious. but,
Skip
like,
through it.
I'm not gonna watch the whole 10 hours looking for something.
Wow.
On the detective hat.
And that's how Foosh lost his job at YouTube. But no, I mean, I think it's a similar way with like, like what Facebook moderators and like social media moderators, like they go through like all the feeds. So like, let's say if something happened like that, like it would go through the moderator first, and then if something was as serious as that, I feel like it'd get pushed over to the next person or the next step in line. What that step is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably like a specific person or department for like things.
Yeah, and I feel like it's definitely like I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. Like I don't know. Because I know, like, when I worked at my previous job, Dakota PC, shout out, as a computer technician, I knew, like, one of the rules that we had was, like, if we ever found CP on like, a system, we'd have to report it right away. So it's probably, like, something to that, too.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, you see this, you report it right away. So then, like, out of your hands, you're done with it. Wash it clean and move on.
You don't want that liability on your head.
Oh, especially with that. Oh no. Oh no.
No.
But
Pass
I'm
that
sure.
right on Dash picture.
Yeah, now that I think of it, it's probably like that.
As far as just chain of command it goes up to, like, say somewhere can use that.
Is this CP? I don't know.
No, like you see, like you tell your boss, like, "Hey, this is on here," and then your boss.
No, yeah, I get you. I just like the idea. Be like, hey, Steve, you think this is it? It's like, oh, I don't know, man. Maybe, let's ask the higher up.
Ask the boss.
Just gets passed. It's all fine. Like, guys, what are you doing?
What the fuck?
That would be fucked up. But nah, there's probably some chain of command there too, with certain
I
things.
mean, if you're just some low level schmuck working for YouTube, you're not going to be calling the FBI on something.
No, there's got to be somebody you hand that off to.
Yeah, it's probably like a
You tell the
department that
person
feels for
above
that.
you, they tell the person above them, and then they're calling the cops. Then the cops get the FBI involved.
What federal agency do you call when you get shrimp tails in your cereal, though?
Oh my god,
That's a good question.
Probably FDA, I guess. Now that I think about it, but
you guys all heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because Good Mythical Morning, Josh, the cook for Good Mythical Morning, he did.
Yeah.
He made he made shrimp crusted, and what was it, cinnamon toast crunch after that?
oh no.
Nice.
Yeah, he's like,
You know what I really love
Okay.
about that whole thing, that whole shrimp tail incident? I just love how, like, General Mills or Kellogg's or whoever's the fucking, company for that cereal, they're like, oh, yeah, that's just accumulated sugar and cinnamon.
Right?
It definitely was not.
And like, you can clearly see it's a shrimp tail. And then, like, it was like the best part too is like they were like pressuring him. It's like, okay, well, we need to send both those samples in. He's like, nah, I'll send you one. I'll keep one because of your shady ass comment from before. And they're like, well, you need to contact your local authorities and bring them in if you're unwilling to send them in. He's like, I'm not going to walk into a police station shouting, I have the shrimp. Like it's a smoking gun to a murder.
That was the best part, is the emails.
Yeah. God.
Oh, like how did it have to be so bad? Why can't they just be like, all right, yeah, we'll get that fixed for you, bud. Sorry, we'll look into it further.
Really should be like, holy cow, man.
Here's
that's
what I
fucked up.
want to know: is how in the fuck does that even happen in the first place?
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so in the podcast I was listening to, I didn't fact check any of this either, so don't hold it over my head. But apparently they bag and box the cereal in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is not where you get shrimp. So I'm guessing there was an employee eating shrimp or something on his lunch break, and he just fucking yeeted it.
Oh,
Who knows?
maybe. I thought I heard somewhere where they also do like production lines for like certain things too that may involve shrimp. So then maybe something got crossed over. I could be wrong.
It's certainly possible. I mean,
But-
who knows? Everything that we buy comes from horrible, nasty places.
I like
so
to
who
believe
knows?
it's the employee though. He's just sitting there on like the sugar coating one, the station. And he's sitting there just eating some like fucking like popcorn shrimp or something.
It's like not just played off the table by accident.
Right. He's got like his little like like red Solo cup filled with like shrimp tails, and he accidentally knocks it in. He's like, oh fuck. He's on his second strike, so he can afford the third. He's like, oh no,
God.
fuck it.
I'm not telling anybody about this.
But
Imagine
no.
being the social media manager for General Mills the day this happened, though.
Dude, I don't get why companies got to be so crazy on social media, man. That's like
I love it.
It's like one extreme to the other. Because like, what was that one that you said? Like that come and go post. They were like, I wish you'd come and stay.
That was awesome. Yeah, I love when companies do shit like that. Like Wendy's. Dude, Wendy's Twitter goes fucking crazy.
Dude,
They literally tell people to go fuck themselves.
See, I like those ones though. Those ones are good. I just don't like how these companies got to be like, like, oh no, you're stupid. Yeah, it's like that's not what it is, and they just like blow it out of proportion way more than what they need, and then just get so much hate.
I mean, honestly, so like, I'm sure what happened was this happened, and the social media manager was like, "Ah, shit, I got to tell somebody," and then he told somebody, and then the execs were like, "Shrimp? No, not shrimp. Don't admit to anything."
Right.
And then everything was. What should have happened is they should have been like, "Damn, that's fucked up. We'll try to make sure this never happens
right.
again."
Hey, we'll send you a box for life. How about that?
Yeah. Give us some reassurance. Like, yeah, we're gonna do some research. We're gonna make sure we find out how this happened so it doesn't happen again. Like, if an airplane crashes, people don't say, "Well, the fucking pilot was an idiot." No, they do an investigation and make sure the pilot was an idiot and it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Also,
Now,
go ahead.
could you imagine being the guy that was eating the shrimp, who was thinking the whole time, he's like, "Oh, no one will ever notice that," and then all of a sudden on Twitter it's blowing up that this guy finds shrimp in his cinnamon toast crunch. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god,
honey, pack your bags. We gotta go." What do you mean? We gotta go.
they found the shrimp, honey. We gotta move to Mexico.
We're
Change
fucked.
our names.
We're fucked. We're fucked.
It's like they're trying to push a TV into the suitcase.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious. I want this to be so true, man. God damn.
I can only hope.
Like straight out of a cartoon.
Right.
Oh my god. But apparently, dude, I feel bad for that guy though, because like he found that out like that towards the bottom of the bag.
Oh god.
And then also, I think he got like a 2-pack, and then the second pack he found like rat turds baked into the like cereal, and then like the bag was opened and like retaped. Isn't that scary?
Oh Jesus Christ! Don't eat that.
I didn't hear about that.
I think it's the same guy. I don't know. It could be a different guy. But,
I do remember them saying that he found the rat droppings and stuff, so it was the same guy.
Yeah. That leads me to think is like if the first bag was like something was messed up with it too, and he didn't notice. But I feel like
This
that
has to
probably would have
result
come to light.
This has to result in an FDA investigation, right?
I don't know. I don't know food safety. Are there
Probably
food
not.
caps?
I think so. That's why we have to have expiration dates on everything, even if it doesn't expire.
Oh man, that's a great idea.
Or food department cap? Like, I'm Officer Toasty.
Toasty.
FDA, put
Toasty.
your hands up.
Fucking food PIs going around.
Right. I'm just imagining someone dressed like Officer Dangle with like some sunglasses, like this fucking serial cop or something, be like, "Yeah, this is Officer Snap, Deputy Crackle and Pop. We got word about some shrimp tails and some cinnamon toast crunch, and we're here to figure it out."
Instead of pulling out guns, they have like forks and spoons.
Take
Breadsticks.
a bite out of your cereal and be like,
Pulls out a
"Yeah,
baguette,
that's good to
starts
eat."
beating them with it. Stop resisting. Stop.
This has been sitting on the shelf air drying for a week. This is hard as rock. Don't make me fucking break your leg. He's resisting. Nah, food safety. Food is interesting. Mass-produced food is interesting, but that's another topic for another week.
There's another merch idea. Food is interesting.
I don't know. That doesn't hold the weight.
Yeah, no, it's going.
Yeah, no, it's dead. It's dead.
Weather is cool.
Weather is cool
Yeah,
by
get those shirts
definition.
made. Speaking of shirts, actually, I don't know.
Speaking of shirts, wear them, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah, wear them, not wear them. It's up to you. But otherwise, that's going to be our podcast this week. Good job, guys. Give it up for Adam. Good introduction until Foosh ruined it. Otherwise, you can catch us every Monday live, 7 p.m. Central Time. However, we're going to try something a little different next week. We are actually going to try streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch. So, if that interests you, check out our YouTube link down in the description. The description? Channel?
Down in the description.
What would you call that? Underneath the stream info? On Twitch?
Underneath it. It's not even down here.
The FUPA? I'm going to put it down there after the stream. So,
Oh.
so yeah, click that, go to our YouTube channel, and watch us there. We're going to try it next week. If we find it better, find it worse, we'll stay there. We'll come back. Either way, you'll know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next week.
Bye.
I love you.